Hey guys, Brian. Still Gen Con, still day two. Darkness of Runegate. Now this session did not actually go very well. Um, it started off all right. There we had a full table. No, we didn't. We only had 4 players. Um, Vostor, Vasana, Yanioth. Shoot, I forgot who it was. But so there's only 4 players. And 2 of them were brand new to Runequest. So I got to do the whole Glorantha stuff and the Lightbringer quest and Lunars and the moon and the sun and all that kind of stuff. Right, it was a lot of fun. I like doing that. And then the politics, clear wine, Urnaldori, Kalimar, Les Melder, Princess Sartar, politics stuff, and the Dragon Rise and the Lord of Runegate has not bent the knee to Queen Laika yet. He's kind of being his own stuff, but she's lost communication with the town and sends them to investigate what's going on. So they're traveling from Apple Lane to Runegate, discuss some of that stuff there. They get there, they're held at Spear Point. Somebody makes the Vostor. Vostor made the awareness, the search roll to notice the funny hoof prints, and so he brings Vasana over. And look at these. This isn't right. And they go, yeah, what is this? And so I had to make intelligence rolls because everybody knows a Brew, right? They're a common chaos creature. So yeah, these got to be Brew, right? And then Danikos comes up, does his spiel. The other guard comes up. Danikos, temple things. They go back to the temple. They see the mess. The players are able to make a couple of the search rolls, and so Vostor saw the claw bird-like prints in the ground, right, or in the mud, in blood and gore. And I described it as being bird-like talons, right? And somebody else made rolls on some of the chaos runes, and somebody else I think made the awareness the search on the death rune thing because it was different. One's plastered on and the other's scratched in. So they're picking up some of the clues here, and they're ragging on Danikos. How come you guys haven't gone? How come Veneros hasn't gone to see Queen Laika yet? What's going on here? How are you controlling this town? Everybody, they saw the funeral pyres. Everybody's sick. That kind of stuff. What's going on? This disease? They got this murder. You guys have got no control of this town. What are you guys doing? So they're really ragging on him the whole time. He goes. They go to the longhouse. They have an interaction with the father. They decide, yes, we are here to help you. We'll do what we can. And then Veneros goes away, and they talk to Dan. Hey, Dan goes, we'll go clear. We'll send word to Clearwine. We'll get you help to help clear out this stuff. But we got to find out what's causing it now, so we can stop it. But Queen is going to expect some respect back. That kind of thing. Making a deal. He says, "Yeah, I agree. I'll talk to my father," kind of thing. And then the players go to the inn, talk with the innkeeper there, get not a lot of information, but some more kind of stuff. And okay, we're gonna let's go search around and see what we can find, kind of thing. And they no, let's go check out this temple, see if they know anything. So they went to the Sun Horse Temple. They want to speak with a priest. What are the odds of being able to speak to a priest? Lots of luck rolls going on, right? At first, they get there, open vestibule area, nobody's there. Knock, knock, knock. Initiate comes forward. Yes, can we help you? We have to speak. Oh, the priest is busy. Is there something I can help you with? No, my boss needs to speak with the priest. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Door closes. Time goes by. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Okay, let me go get her. So they go and they get the priest eventually, and so the priest is talking with them, and they don't really know a whole lot. It popped up sporadically throughout town. No centralized area or location. No commonality they could find. But that's all I could get there. So they're wandering around. During their wanderings, they run into Danikos twice with his patrols. They run into the old woman who's severely racked with disease. Here, take my child. Take them to my kin. They'll take care of them in Clearwine. Take them to Clearwine. I can't do it anymore. I'm going to die soon. And then they also ran into an old woman who was on death's doorstep, kind of thing. She's racked with diseases, but she can't take care of herself. So just kind of prop her, make her comfortable. They did go back to the Lightbringer Temple. People are in there cleaning up. The crowd's gone, but people are in there trying to clean up and stuff. First time they ran to Danikos and the two Humakti, they mentioned about the death runes that were carved into the surfaces at the temple, and look at Severos. You didn't say anything about that. So they go and they investigate. When the party gets back to the Lightbringer Temple, they've already left. And then later on, as they get back to the inn, they're to Devros and those guys again. But nothing happened. There was something else going on. Oh, when they were in the Lightbringer Temple, the Lancromite, that's who it was. It was Solara. Solara cast divination. I forgot now exactly what it was. You would think, okay, what happened to the Shalana Roy priestess, or who? I think it was, where can we find the creature that perpetrated this crime, kind of thing, is how it came across. But she missed her role, so they didn't learn anything. So it's starting to get towards evening now. They get back to the inn, and there's some people in the inn this time. And the bartender, Sarkovar, kind of, hey guys, come here. So come on, what's going on? Hey guys, remember that? I've been listening to the PDF of this scenario through a PDF reader, right? It's a 9-hour drive here, so I listen to a number of scenarios over again, just to keep it flowing in my head and see if I can't pick stuff out. And the reader of the PDF, instead of saying kindly one, says Kandlion. So the new healer is Kandlion. Or the goddess of the healer is Kandlion. So, hey, that's one of those Kandlion folks. So they get over there. Oh, when they were with Veneros, who is in fact possessed by disease spirits, even though you don't have to be possessed by a disease spirit to have a disease, right? If you get near a disease spirit, you can contract the disease. If the disease spirit possesses you, that's a different kind of mechanic, right? So one of, in fact, it was Solara. Solara caught the creeping chills. Mild version, so she lost 1 point of constitution. But she's playing the cough thing and is kind of introduced herself to the party. Hey, I'm sick. I understand you guys know about what's going on. So they're kind of two-faced, right? They're very anxious to have other people join them, but they're also very afraid on the terrible things they're going to have to go through. So there's just this dichotomy of emotions going through. But eventually, Solara agrees to go with them, and they said, "Yeah, we'll be taking off here in a bit." And they start drinking heavily for about an hour. And then, okay, we're gonna go. You're gonna come with us? You come with us, right? So Solara goes with them, and the idea is Solara goes with them, and then the party kind of follows in trace, back far enough to keep from being seen, but peek up next corner, keep an eye on them, that kind of thing. I play with the healer outside of town, because the healer is inside of town, and you've got to get through the freaking gate at some point, right? And if the guards who know most of the people, hey, where you guys going? We're going to Horstown. Who's that lady? That kind of thing. So I have her outside town. She's living in a cabin in the woods. But the normal townspeople, hey, we're going up to Horstown. Okay, be careful, it's dark out. That kind of stuff, right? And then they close the postern gate kind of thing and guard, make sure nobody comes in and nobody goes out, because that's what the city walls are for. So that's the story that the Kandlions do. And so they go out, travel the road, they cut across the fields, heading towards the forest. The party comes through. We're following them. Really? What are you doing? But I assume that Severos would have let the guards know specifically that these guys are helping find stuff, and so they're being helpful. Okay, so let them out. Solara gets to the cabin with everybody else. There's a whole introduction thing. She does her little blessings on everybody, and there's Solara. Solara misses her insight roll. But there's this whole, we can take you to service, we can heal you, but these are occult secrets, so you need to keep them secret. Do you agree? Yes. Okay. And then I discussed really briefly about worship services. You always sacrifice magic points at worship services, and for us initiates, it's 2 points. That's pretty standard. And then but then she says, because you are a stranger and are new, you'll need to sacrifice more magic points. We'll need to have 10. And Solara, obviously most people are taken aback by that, but Solara's thinking, well, I need to have some magic points for myself. How about 8? So I make a reaction roll, and she's fine with that. Get them down, get their magic points down, right? So she agrees. Okay, yeah, sure, 8. Take them. And then they do a little meditation session for like 15 minutes, and then they take off. Well, by that point, the party's gotten up to the cabin. And Vostor makes a scan roll and sees them leaving out back. Hey, boss, they're going down this path over here. So they again follow and trace, keep back far enough, and go along as you can. Although at this point, the party would have had a torch because they're going through the woods. The woods do make it darker. And so I'm doing this split screen kind of thing when we get to the chaos spot, because they need to experience it at the same time kind of thing, right? So Solara gets there. She misses her Constitution saving throw, so she's sick, and people line up, but she sees a brew right there in the corner, and the brew goes up to protect, or goes up next to the bodyguard for the healer lady. And then the players are in line, and they're sneaking up, watching, and they hear people coming up behind them, so they jump off in the woods to hide, and like 17 more people show up, and half of them get sick, and they're all sprawled out between the initial Conlian ones in Solara and the tree line, and in the tree line are the other brew, right? And so the party in the woods is watching, and Slarg, the bodyguard brew, takes this bowl of something from Gorgorma, the priestess lady, and is bringing it over. And Solara is the first one in line, so he's coming towards her to do that. And as he's passing the bonfire, Sonic can see horns. Okay, these are brew. We're attacking. So they go. Vostor casts his fire elemental. Yanyeth casts an earth elemental. They both cast the control cult spirit spell at the same time, so they can control it, but they're just 1 hex ones. Vostor then drew his bow and started to shoot. Got to shoot later on that round at the healer lady. Vasana rushes in. Solara is already there. Vasana's carrying Solara's shield and broadsword. He hands it off to her. When the fire elemental appears, the brew freaks out and jumps back, gets out of the fire. Combat ensues. All the brews start coming in, so everybody can see these are all brew, and they're coming. The normal townsfolk all take off, and so combat ensues. And there was only 4 players, so I should have cut the brew back, but I didn't. So there were the 6 brew. Plus, there's the archer guy in the back, the other ogre. I kept forgetting to have him fire, but he could care less about the brew, right? So he's just firing right into the melee. He's going to hit somebody, but he kept missing. I did not add, because he is actually aiming at the PCs, I didn't add the bonus for having all these extra targets. But he just kept missing. The times I remember to have him shoot. Vostor gets the lady in her arm, drops it below 0. She drops down behind the altar there, and she starts casting spells. She summons a darkness elemental. She brings her chaos features. She does her Talon 6. And then she was going to do her. I think she got protection. She's going to do that too. But she's hiding down, doing this the whole time. But the dark elemental is going to come out next round. I think combat only lasted 3 melee rounds. Because in that time, Vasana on the folios only has a 50% on her shield. I'm going to have to double check that. So she's missing her parries. And she's getting clobbered down by 3 people. Vostor moves up He drops his bow, pulls his sword, and he moves up and he's attacking people. They use the earth elemental to hold one of the brew in place. And the second round, I think, hey, maybe we can just use the brew to pull him out, or use the elemental to pull the brew out. And so they tried doing that strength for strength. It doesn't work. But they're still hacking. They gave a couple of the brew down, but Vasana goes down, and Solara goes down, arm, leg, that kind of stuff. And Slarg did get burned up by the fire elemental. The darkness elemental moved up on Vostor, but Vostor moved, so he couldn't keep up. Oh, and Azra, the human-looking female brew, glossy black skin, bridge of bone down her skull. She was at the far side, so she actually engages with the sun at that point. They're casting magic as they're moving forward. So they're getting their Blade Sharp 2, Blade Sharp 3 stuff going, and she attacks Vasana because Vasana's still up, and then she's going to rotate around to Vostor. But at that point, we're hitting 11, and the party is just getting wiped by these stupid brew. Now, two of the brew are pretty tough, but one of the tough brew went down pretty quick. The black, glossy black brew is vicious. But lessons learned: keep track of the number of party members and adjust the monsters accordingly. Happy gaming! 2 more games tonight. We'll see what happens.